Contribute to my streams right now. Open your wallets. Open your damn wallets. Toss the money. Enter the credit card numbers. Do it right now. What is up, everyone? It is the final consecutive streaming day of the week, and we've got a lot to talk about on today's show, including the next DSP Tries It reward, because we're already on pace to hit it next few days. I wish that you all are having a great day. Well, I hope you're all having a great day, and if not, hopefully we'll turn that around for you on a nice, chill show. So, at the same time, I'm noticing that attendance is dwindling and people are getting upset and like, just play other stuff. In addition, just so you guys know, next week, I will be taking an extra day off. You know, what do you like about these games? What about DSP Tries It or another reward for our next goal milestone being hit? Let's talk about all this stuff today, seriously, and jump into all of it head first. And ladies and gentlemen, this tip is from Slayer. Anyway, thank you, Slayer. It's a very pertinent tip. If you guys are not aware, Slayer is a moderator here on my streams, but also a longtime viewer and supporter. Slayer was pretty much the only person who every single month since the inception of me doing private react videos purchased a private react video. Well, last night I wasn't on stream because I was filming Slayer's final private react video because I'm not doing them anymore. Okay? Now you might say, why? I don't get it. What's going on? Let me explain. So, 2.5 years ago, well, actually, I take that back. 2 years ago, I rebranded one of my YouTube channels that previously was just for vlogging as DSPReacts. And the idea of this channel was that it was going to be the central focal point of any kind of React content that I did on the internet. It was going to have food vlogs, like if I did a feasting with Phil or something like that. It was going to have reviews of TV shows and movies and things when pertinent and when I felt like doing them. But I was actually going to start up some long-form React events, which would be, for example, me reacting to a documentary or something like that. But also it was going to start a new show called DSP versus the Internet, a weekly show where people would become members and suggest clips, and I would watch those clips back, and it would be this fun React show. The show ran for 2 years and was successful. It actually had a solid viewership and made me money, but after 2 years, it kind of felt stale. The attendance was definitely dwindling. The support had dwindled, and people were like, the idea has run its course. So I retired the show. But along that time that I was doing all of that style of React content, another idea had happened. I had thought, hey, maybe there would be some people who would be willing to purchase my time to do private React videos of their choice. They could pick a topic or a video or whatever and have me watch and react to something. And then I would make the video for them and send it to them, and it would be their property. They could keep it for themselves, or they could choose to upload it to the internet if they wanted other people to see it, whatever. But it was an idea that I had. I already had a Patreon for a decade. So I said, hey, pledge to my Patreon, $50, buy 20 minutes of my time. You know, the more you pay, the longer the video. So it was interesting because over the last 2.5 years, we had a good amount of people who bought into this idea, and I did all kinds of these private React videos. I reacted to food vlogging. I reacted to travel vlogs. I reacted to different kinds of documentaries, political, religious, all kinds of stuff there. I reacted to K-pop music. I reacted to stuff about horror and creepypasta. Like, seriously, anime. I did so many of these private React videos. But just like the other React idea, after about 2 years of this going on, the momentum kind of died down and no one really cared that much anymore. To be quite honest, ever since my resurgence last summer, okay, now my time is more valuable than ever. People are constantly pulling me in different directions. Will you play this game? Will you do this event? Will you do a show that does commentary on this topic? Will you come on and do an interview? Will you appear as a guest? I'm really starved for time. If anything, time is the most scarce thing and the biggest challenge that I have right now, because everyone wants me to do something and I don't have enough time to do it being a one-man show. And so it's weird because the last few months, okay, I've been doing these private react videos and having to take off like a whole night or whatever to do it. And people are like, you're taking a night off? You're in the midst of, people showing up and engaging and supporting all your content and wanting more, and you're giving us less because you have to do a private react video? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird when you think about it. 2.5 years ago, when I started doing the private reacts, the prospect of someone paying me, say, $150 to $200 and not stream but do one video was like, whoa, like that's profitable, man. Like that's a big deal. That's way more than what I probably would make streaming. But now it's kind of the opposite. Like me doing a stream, if I hit my goal and we're streaming and we're having good interaction, likely that stream's going to make that much, if not more anyway. And I'm making content for tons of people as opposed to just one person. You see, in truth, I've liked doing these videos, but I don't want to become someone who is making this this content just for one person, right? What do they call it? I'm trying to think of the word. There's a word for it when you're making content just for a very small specific group of people. It's not coming to mind right now. I'm having a brain fart because I used to use the term all the time and now I've forgotten what it is. But anyway, I would much rather make content for a larger group of people to enjoy, for people to come by and hang out and have a good time, have social interaction while I'm making that content. Okay. And see what I'm saying? And it's very different. Curated. Thank you. Avarice finally figured it out. Curated. That was the word I was looking for. Curated content. These private react videos are very much curated content. Content for a specific person or small group of people that they pay for. I would much rather do a stream of a game or a stream of a topic or hanging out with you guys or, again, doing a commentary show where, it's entertaining for a wider group, just being honest. The reason why I started the private react stuff 2.5 years ago is because things were in a slump. Things had slowed down. The attention on my content was dipping. And I said, well, this is a way for me to kind of make up with it and make extra money. Well, I don't really need that anymore. I think it makes more sense to hang out with you guys more often on stream and do content you want, or maybe do special appearances like being a guest on someone else's show or doing an interview that's a positive one, as opposed to me just making a private video for someone that no one sees, right? So I decided to, this year, basically end that. And I am. Now, here's the thing. I do still have on my Patreon a $50 goal. If you pledge $50, you get a private video, but it's supposed to be like Q&A or a quick video that's 20 minutes long. If that's the case, I can squeeze in a small video between streams or something here or there. So the option is still open, but it's a very different one than what was previous, where people were trying to buy like 2-hour long chunks of my time, okay? So last night, I did my final ever private react video for Slayer. It was a good one. It covered a ton of topics. I actually reacted to my very first ever private react for him, which was from June of 2022, 2.5 years ago. Boy, what a difference. I'm watching the video. It's like my webcam's tiny, horrible quality, colors are off, my voice sounds bad, and it's way too low, the volume. I can't figure out the volume levels at all. So all the stuff playing in the background that I'm reacting to, you can't hear it at all. And I'm watching this video back and I'm like, my God, in 2.5 years, I've like completely changed as a creator. Like my content is so different now compared to what it used to be. And that's a great thing. Like that's actually a really good thing. These big improvements, these giant jumps and strides that I've made in the last few years, rather than me just stagnating, because that's what it was. For a very long time, I was stuck, stagnated in the same spot. And now things have changed dramatically. Okay. So, that was fun. And then, of course, I watched a bunch of K-pop videos, and then there was some like food vlogging and stuff like that. It was a good final video. So I really enjoyed doing it. I've got it done. And now the good news is, moving forward, I'm not going to have to take nights off in order to do private react stuff. Every once in a while, I may like squeeze in one video here or there, but it ain't going to be crazy where like, I'm spending insane amounts of time doing it. I'd much rather be here with you guys doing stuff for everyone and having a good time rather than taking those nights off. Okay, so Slayer, thank you. And so he started off today with a $5 contribution, and here's what he has to say, kind of a final closing thought. He says, I want to say I really enjoyed the private react from you yesterday. You covered a lot, and I enjoyed your take on the videos like the K-pop ones, the upgraded visuals and audio that you've had in your setup, and your thoughts on Singapore. That's right. There was actually a flyover of Singapore with a drone, and I basically gave my thoughts about Singapore versus America and different ways that the governments and the culture are and how people are critical of Singapore and its government, but some people probably would very much enjoy living in a country where there's low crime, no pollution, no littering, and they'd be willing to give up their personal freedoms to have that level of cleanliness and safety because they'd rather have less freedoms to live in a better place rather than in a place where there's crime and chaos and crap all over the place. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, talked about all of that. And then he says, it's sad that this will be the final react, but hopefully it will come back again eventually. I don't know if it'll come back again eventually, quite frankly. If anything, if it comes back, the way I see it coming back is going to be, it's not going to be for one person. It's going to be like people that want it. Like, let's say, for example, a group of people come together and say, we really want Phil to react to this one thing. And they can pool together and let me know and maybe, do a goal for it or, do some way to like, finance and support it. So that way, if I am taking time out of my schedule to do it, it's worthwhile, but it's something that everyone's going to enjoy and see because a group of people are interested as opposed to just one person. I do feel like it was a misstep making videos for just one person at a time. All right, so Slayer, thank you. Personally, I just like to say publicly to Slayer, thank you for the 2.5 years of helping me out. Financing those videos. Yes, they legit did help me during a time when things were slowing down and I was making less and things were getting tight. And I do appreciate that it happened. But it's time to move on, just like everything. The React show we ended last year and everything. We're moving back to bigger, better stuff. And we'll see what happens. I do like reacting to stuff. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it. I just feel like if we're going to do it, we need to find stuff that a lot of people are requesting or wanting rather than just one person, So, all right. So that was the first contribution of the day. Now, let's transition this into our next topic. If you take a look down below, everyone, you're going to notice something. It says goals hit 72 out of 80. Now, wait a minute. Yesterday, I only streamed one stream because I did that private react at night. And if you were here for the end of yesterday's Stalker 2 stream, you would have noticed we were at $115. And then we did DSP tries it, and then the stream ended. So what happened? Well, as the stream ended, I'm not going to lie, I had to use the bathroom right away after eating that sandwich. I don't know if it was that pepper relish or whatever, but I had to run to the bathroom, so I did. So I used the bathroom. And then as I came back, and I was about to film the daily wrap, there was an email in my inbox. I had received a $35 anonymous tip. Not even a name attached or a message. It was just a $35 anonymous tip. And I was like, well then, awesome. That's great, and we'll count it towards the goal. We hit 72 out of 80. Now, the funny part about it was I went ahead and I recorded the daily wrap, and I explained, hey, this is why we're counting it towards the goals or whatever. This is awesome. These morons out there are actually saying that I made it up. Oh, the tip wasn't real. Okay. Now listen to me. I really, at this point, they are so desperate to say that something that I said is a lie, even though no one fucking cares anyway. But they're so desperate to say that something I said is a lie, they don't even make logical sense with their claims anymore. All right? I want you to think about this. I don't have a streak anymore. There's no streak. Okay? It doesn't matter if I hit that goal yesterday or not. It's the same to me. It's not like, oh, the momentum is over. The momentum still continues because if you don't hit a goal one day, you could still hit the goal the next day. There's no streak. So there's literally no incentive whatsoever for me to lie about getting a contribution. It doesn't benefit me at all. It's not like, oh, the momentum of the streak continues and more people want to contribute. It doesn't do that. There's no streak. So why would I lie? It literally makes no sense at all. In fact, wouldn't I lie the opposite way and say we didn't hit it so that way I don't have to give you a reward as quickly as possible? because that's how it works now. When we hit these goal milestones, I have to give you a reward every 10, and then every 50, we're doing a big event. Remember, at 100, when we hit 100 goals hit, you guys are going to pick a game for viewer's choice. And I'm going to do a marathon day where we play that game all day long, and we determine if it's good enough to become a full playthrough, which it very well might be. Okay? And there's going to be food and booze and a celebration style that day, just like I do with my other marathons. So why would I lie and have to give that to you earlier? What? None of this makes any sense. But then again, nothing they ever said made sense. They're fucking morons. They're mouth droolers. They're slow. That's what they do. They literally, anything to say Phil did something wrong. But what you're saying has no actual merit, because it would actually hurt me to lie about making more income. Don't you get it? So anyway, I'm the way I treat it, hey, I'm happy. Listen, I more obviously, it's a community feeling, right? So if we hit it earlier or whatever, that's great, right? For you guys, you get the reward earlier. And so we did hit it yesterday. We did hit 72. And I hope that you guys are excited. So let's go ahead and let's start working towards that. Now we actually know what the reward will be. The Chick-fil-A reward at 80. And then here's what we're going to do, okay? When we hit 80, which will happen in the next week for sure, right? The sooner we hit 80 goals, the sooner we try Chick-fil-A for the very first time here on the show, and the sooner we start setting up for the 100-goal celebration of the Viewer's Choice event, okay? So what's the moral of the story here? Contribute to my streams right now. Open your wallets. Open your damn wallets. Toss the money. Enter the credit card numbers. Do it right now. All right. Obviously, I'm being a little over dramatic there. But yeah, you contribute now. Obviously, you support the business. You support the streams. And you're going to get your rewards earlier so that we can get that going as soon as possible. Once again, boy, look at this. This one piece of hair every day sticks up. It's this hair right here in my hand. See it? See this hair? I'm about to go get shears and just chop it, because it like never stays down. It just sticks straight up on the back of my head, and it looks stupid. One piece of hair every day. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, let's get some support going. So far, we got a tip from Slayer, right? Let's get some stuff going. If you're on YouTube, super chats, super stickers, memberships, and gifted memberships, let's get them rolling. On the kick side, let's get some subs and gifted subs today. I've noticed the last day, big slowdown there on both of those, okay? We actually got a good amount of tips yesterday, but everything else was very, very slow, all right? So let's get it rolling today. Let's get some support, shall we? And of course, tips as well are always well appreciated via PayPal, and anyone could do that because that's a third-party deal. Okay,